Hello and welcome to Auto Arcadia. I'm one of the hosts, Colin Wood, and with me, as always, is
Thomas, the other host.
how you doing, dude?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm really, really good actually. I don't really have that much specific to talk about, so I'm looking forward to whatever you.
Yeah, I've not got a lot either, so it's going to be a bit of a random chatty episode, which is cool. Um, we cover a lot of ground in these
We
episodes.
tend to get by with one structured, one chaos, one structured.
Yeah, hey, based on some of the podcasts I listen to, having a bit of chaos isn't a bad thing. Like they're doing pretty well, and it's a lot messier than our ones.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all.
Well, do you want to kick off, or do you want me to go first?
Well, really, what I've just kind of had a little poke about on the news, on the car news, and the very generic, like kind of most basic non-specialty kind of car news just to see what was going on because honestly like I'm terrible for not keeping up with what's going on in the industry at all. Like I don't really care about the EVs and don't really care about like brand new cars, so I just kind of stay out of it, so I'm a bit ignorant to what's going on. So I thought I would have a little look at the news, get up to date.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And honestly, like I suppose one of the big topics is like Mitsubishi kind of coming back into the UK market. And I mean, I don't even remember when they left, but I don't think it was that long ago.
No, I don't think it was.
Because you can still get like is the Outlander not Mitsubishi?
Yeah, I think Mitsubishi make a lot of 4x4s and stuff still.
Aye, absolutely. But like they left the UK market, which meant that at some point they would have stopped selling them here, so there'll be a gap. I don't
Um, I'm struggling to.
like. Did you know they were out of the UK market?
I didn't know, but then ever since the Evo died, I've never really paid all that much attention to Mitsubishi.
I can kind of understand why.
Yeah, like as they're commonly known, Itchy Pussy.
All right.
Yeah, sorry, motor trade thing. It was really funny when somebody drove in with Mitsubishi and be like, "Itchy Pussy, 10 o'clock." We're a very childish bunch in the motor trade. Um, sorry, do continue.
No, man. I mean, like, that's it. I was just trying to figure out. Oh, they left in 2021. Yeah, I didn't think it was that long ago.
No, it's really not long ago then.
It's really more a hiatus than like a proper separation.
Yeah. No, man. So, if they're coming back, the question at the forefront of my mind is what are they coming back with? Does this mean we're getting a new Evo?
No, are you joking? Are you
No, I'm fucking
absolutely
serious.
You're a
I'm
dreamer,
living
man.
on
Nah, we're
hope.
gonna get more SUVs.
Oh, fuck.
We're gonna get an SUV and maybe a small car, because that's the kind of shit that sells in UK market. But and I'm not really massively excited. Like I don't, Mitsubishi left in 2021, and we weren't really even sure when that happened. That shows how kind of relevant they've been.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I mean, do you know though, right? Do you remember the little Mitsubishi Colt? Not like
Yeah,
the.
yeah, like the kind of 2000s sort of era hatchback.
Yeah, not the one that looked like a Honda Jazz, the one before that, and it was almost like a Ford of the early 2000s
Oh
design.
yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah. I know what you mean.
really
I know what you mean.
like rounded and bulbous, but not bulbous, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I have a real soft spot for them. I thought they were class.
Yeah, I mean
I
they
never,
were definitely a more left field choice for like an early car.
yeah, like I never ever owned one. But do you know one thing that always endeared a car to me was when they came with like weird size engines? Because like back in the day, it was like 1 liter, 1.2, 1.4, 1.6,
Yeah.
1.8, 2 liter, and then it was like 2.2, 2.3, 2.5, 3 liter. Like, and they all came with like 1.5s and stuff, and I always thought that was quite cool. Like, I like an odd displacement,
Fair enough.
as strange as that is.
What I find strange is that 1.5s have become like actually really common.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Do you know what I think it is?
What's
I
that?
think it's the proliferation of three-cylinder engines.
Aye, because it's essentially a 2 liter 4 pot with one of the cylinders chopped off, isn't it?
Yeah, because 500. This is actually a BMW design thing, you know. BMW maintained that the ideal size for a cylinder is between 200 and 500 cc, which is why BMW always worked in like the same displacement sizes. Like it was really strange for them to have like a 2.3 or anything like that. It never didn't really exist. They were always 2 liters, 2.2s, 2.5s,
Mm-hmm.
2.8s, 3 liters because they were all multiples of that cylinder size.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I suppose I've never really thought about that before with BMs. They
Hmm,
are all in half liters.
they are, or more or less, or they all have very equal cylinder sizes. But yeah, sorry, that was just a bit of Anorak knowledge for you there.
I
Had to
liked
talk
it.
with added. I should have said that sentence with more adenoids in my voice. But yeah.
Do you want to give it a go?
Did you know that BMW? No, I can't do it. I can't take myself seriously.
Fair. Do you know what that's really brings BMW brings us on to like something else I kind of read about, which was just like some like a bit of a quick history of like BMW and stuff like that. And like one of the things that really struck me was how much financial trouble BMW's been in fairly often. They made a lot of like very expensive cars that no one really bought. Stuff
Yep.
now that's like totally iconic, but at the time was like really tough for them. Like, I mean, that's the reason partly they bought the Isetta design from, or they bought the company that made the Isetta because they just wanted something that was like cheap that they could like make some money on.
Yeah.
And it really got me thinking. I wonder how many car companies out there have kind of been like properly on the brink because they are a volatile thing. Like we've seen car companies fold. You know,
Oh
we
yeah.
still see it. It's not like they're not like too big to fail or anything like that. They will 100% fail. And a lot of them have been in financial trouble kind of multiple times in their history. It's where some of the weird collaborations pop up from as well. So I want to have a little explore of like maybe the car companies that have been in like most financial trouble over their history. I mean, I can think of some off the top of my head that have really struggled over the years, and maybe the cars, if any, that actually got them out of that financial difficulty.
Do you know what would be a really fun one to cover here? Porsche.
Yeah, I would definitely looking at Porsche. Yeah.
Because like just off the top of my head, they've worked with um, Subaru. That's all I can think of.
They worked with Vauxhall.
Vauxhall. I'm pretty sure there was some Volvo um, madness sprinkled in there. And like they did a lot of like design work, like that they're not really credited with, like actual penning designs for other car companies.
Yeah, absolutely. Lotus is another good example. Lotus have like a long history of partnering up with bigger firms, but I'm not sure
Yeah,
if that's to do with business or it's to do with like you know, it's that there's actually a purpose to it. If you know what I mean, or it's just like Lotus needed the money.
yeah. I
Probably
mean,
probably more of that than anything else.
probably a bit of both, but then Lotus is kind of the same as Porsche. Like Lotus has crazy strong like motorsport heritage and like fucking insane like levels of previous innovation. Like if you were going to outsource something to a company for stuff like that, like you could probably do a lot worse than going to Lotus.
Yeah, it's interesting that Lotus struggles as a kind of manufacturer to make like that many cars and to really like be that profitable. It's been bought
Yeah.
multiple times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
I've got a
think I'm gonna
list.
do an episode on like car companies that have come to the brink multiple times, and then the different cars that helped them out of it.
I'd be well up for that, man.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. Stay tuned. I'll do that. It's my next episode.
Okay then, that sounds class. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking at a list now of all the cars Porsche has been involved with, and it's fucking insane, by the way.
Okay, you want to hit me with a few?
Okay, so I'm going to give you, I think, what will be one of the least well-known ones.
Okay.
So, the DKW Munga of 1956 to 1968.
Right. I mean, I've not heard of that.
So it looks like a 4x4 kit car.
Right.
And then one of probably the most well-known ones, the Audi RS2 Avant.
All right.
And
Interesting.
like the Lada Samara Turbo.
What was
So
the
Lada,
Samara?
fucking Lada went to Porsche and said, "Build us a rally car, please." Like there was literally no job too small for Porsche, you know?
I kind of love that.
It's so cool, I love it.
Oh, you can buy yourself a Lada Samara for only a couple of grand.
Really. I'd love a Lada, like a proper Russian Lada.
You do have to go to Germany to buy it, but it's there.
Do you know, right? See, when I was working in Poland, I used to see loads of Ladas kicking about,
I bet.
and I was always so fucking tempted to be like, why don't I just buy one and drive it back? Like, instead of getting the flight back, just drive it back. But I was like, no, because I only see Bex at the weekends because I'm away all week, so that would be shitty because it'd probably take my entire weekend plus a couple of breakdowns and a lot of drama to get home in it.
I mean, I think you'd probably drive that across Europe, get home and be like, I do not want to drive that fucking car ever again. Like, it's got. I mean, they're not fast.
No, but see, the whole idea behind me wanting to get one of these was to put some ridiculous Japanese engine in it.
You're
Like
JDM Lada.
yeah, like the whole idea was to like have a Lada with like a super engine in it with like 500 brake horse. That was my whole idea. Like that would be so cool. It would be dangerous, but it'd be so cool.
Yeah, fair. I mean, the Lada is cool because it's a weird manufacturer for the UK. Like, it's an uncommon thing.
Yeah. Do you know what they strike me as a little bit? They strike me a little bit like how Datsun does. Like, I think they've kind of got that same feel. Because whenever you talk to people in the UK, like, I remember absolutely pining after a Datsun way back in the day when I was like deep in the JDM fanboy bullshit, right? And when I said it to people, they're like, "What the fuck do you want a Datsun for? You might as well buy a Lada." It's like, well, that would be cool as well. I would absolutely have a Lada. But yeah,
Do you know what, man? I can make your dreams come true today.
have you found a Datsa and a Lada for sale, dirt cheap in
I
a
found a
combo deal?
Lada. I found you a Lada Samara. A Porsche, really. And it's the
Oof.
1500, so it's the most powerful one. And it's less than 2 grand.
I mean, I'm looking at photos now, dude, and that is fucking sex spec. That's cool.
Let me send you the actual advert. Just try and send it to the right person.
Oh, we talk about so much bullshit on this show.
Yeah, I know. So I know. Honestly,
But it's
I really like
fantastic.
this. I think this is if you had some money to have some fun in what is a very beige, quite rusty car from Russia. Yeah. It's so, the interior is so beige.
I love the condition report. It's a rare 36-year-old survivor car, cosmetically shabby but very original and unrestored. Runs and drives well, considering what it is. If at any point you put in in your advert, it runs and drives well, considering it's a shit heap. It's not a very good car advert. Right, I'm closing that window because it's going to make me do something silly. I actually have a little bit of car news that I read earlier in the week
Okay.
that filled me with glee. So it did. It filled me with dread, and then it was replaced by glee, which kind of faded back into dread a little bit as I read more. But
What a roller
TVR is
coaster.
coming back. Yeah.
Honestly, not the news I thought.
No?
Who is trying to recreate them now?
An electric car company.
So they're going to be electric TVRs.
No, their absolute priority is to make the Griffith, which, if you remember correctly, before TVR went down to Swanee, they debuted a concept car at
I
Goodwood
do
Festival
remember.
of Speed.
Also, the new one. Yeah, I remember that. It was
Yeah.
in one of the Forza
So
games.
is it in the Forza games?
I'm sure it's in the Forza games. Horizon 4?
I'll have to have a look at that one. Um, but yeah, so this is a thing that is thingamy bobbing, and apparently, um, Lightning Group or something they're called. I can't remember rightly. It's some electric fucking buzzword. Um, and they have a subsidiary company that builds electric cars, but they're not Chinese, which is interesting. Because everything to do with new cars at the minute seems to be fucking Chinese.
Charge Holdings.
That's it.
Mm.
Electric Buzzword Holdings, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I will
so
say that style wise, the TVR, you know, the one that the Griffith that was supposed to come out and never did,
yeah,
or did it come out?
no, it didn't come out.
No, it never came out. Yeah, that it is a very very beautiful car.
It is, TVR were on a fucking roll back in the day. The Cigaris, oofed.
I'm not such a massive fan of the cigars. I don't like the side exit exhaust, and I don't like the vents on the fenders.
Fair enough, man.
They're
Have you
not
ever
to my
seen one in
taste.
person though?
Possibly, I'm not 100% on that.
So I've seen two Cigarises in person, and they have so much fucking presence.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, the stupid side exit exhaust and the fender vents and everything else, they make so much sense when you see one in real life, and you're just like, you could park a Bugatti next to this, and people would ignore the Bugatti.
Yeah, they are. It's
Like,
quite a leery design.
yeah, like it's such a cool car. But yeah, no, their Charge uh, Holdings is has bought TVR. Apparently, they're going to make electric sports cars in the future, but their priority is to get the Griffith out with a V8.
Yeah, a Ford VA.
Yeah, no hybrid system, no electric or anything, no. Just 8 cylinders. I'm like, I can get on board with that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's nice and simple, very basic. Pretty cool, actually. Pretty cool indeed.
Yeah. And, in a time of technobabble, insane spec sheets and everything else, I think just a V8 fiberglass sports car, probably not a bad thing.
It's a nice antidote, an antithesis to the electric car market at the moment.
It is. It's really nice to see.
And it will sound fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, it's gonna sound like four gargling tigers. So it will. Um,
Do you know what else is going on in the news sphere? Ford produced their last Ford Focus.
Oh dear. Oh well, that's tragedy.
So they announced that they were ending it for a while ago, but they actually have just now produced their last one, which means that they killed the Fiesta, they killed the Focus to focus on EV SUVs essentially. Like I think they're supposed to have replaced it with like the Capri and the Explorer.
Yeah. You know, the general car buying public need fucking shot. Like,
Do you know? I don't know if they do
it's. How do you mean?
because the newspaper article I read that said, do you know that when Ford are stopping production, did also say that Ford's market share in Europe has gone from being the second largest to like the 12th. So they've clearly lost European sales.
Because of this.
Could be. I mean, the Fiesta sold really well, certainly in the UK, and so did the
Yeah,
Focus.
that's fair, I suppose. Yeah, maybe I'm being overly critical of people and their absolute want to like have crossovers.
I think this is Ford. I think they've kind of they've done a Ford and they've Forded up their market strategy, and they'll probably have to re-release it.
I don't get this either because like I had a hire car the other week for going to Leeds for work, right? And I picked like an intermediate car on the list because it had Skoda Octavia written down. I was like, well, it won't be totally tragic to drive, and at least it'll do everything I want it to do. Like the cruise control won't try and kill me. The sat nav won't shit itself and turn off 2 seconds before I'm heading into a fucking massive roundabout and I need to know where I'm going.
It's like an basic car, isn't it?
Yeah, a basic car just does what it says in the tin. You know, it's a Bosnian Lada. That's the long and short of it. Um, so they dropped the car off, and I went up to reception, picked my keys up, and they handed me a Ford key. I'm like, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh no,
Oh, it's your hire car. I was like, "Right." It was a Cougar.
the new Cougar.
Yeah,
Is that
and I'm looking out.
Kuga?
No, Cougar, as in Cougar. Like Cougar is in the proper, not the Cougar, the Cougar.
Right. Okay.
The Cougar, I believe, is a smaller version of this.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know of the Kuga, which is like the small kind of basically Fiesta on stilts sort of vibe.
Yeah.
What's the Cougar? Is it like Ford Focus on stilts?
Um, it's like a tiny Ford Explorer.
I'm gonna demonstrate a bit of more ignorance here. What does a Ford Explorer look like? Is it like
A, a Ford Explorer is like their full size, like Land Rover fucking rival, I'm sure.
but is that the
But
UK
yeah,
Explorer?
yes. Oh, it's not the American one. That thing could pull a small moon. Um, but yeah,
Oh. It's not a particularly nice looking car, is it?
no, it was horrible. And you know, there was less room inside it than there was in like my missus's Suzuki Swift.
Mm.
It also drove worse than the Suzuki Swift as well. But the thing that got me is the cruise control was adaptive cruise. Now, I don't have a problem with adaptive cruise control, right? Because it's pretty cool that you can just latch it onto the car in front of you and that's it. It'll just follow them. If they speed up, they speed up. If they slow down, it slows down. Like it means you can pretty much fall asleep on the motorway. Um, don't fall asleep on the
See,
motorway,
I don't
obviously,
know
but
if that is a good thing. That it's just it does it all so you could basically be asleep. I'm like not sure that's a good thing. I don't think people should be asleep.
no. It is nice to just not focus on accelerating or braking for a little while, though.
I could understand it in like really slow moving like traffic. You know when it's down at like 40 or 50 or something.
Well, you know, the first time I ever came across this was in a Volvo, and it was in Europe, and it had like auto braking and all sorts. Like it when the guy that was with me, I was like, you know, we're gonna test this. By the way, he was like, what? I was like, we're gonna try and drive into the back of somebody I says, we've got full insurance, it'll be fine, but we're testing this auto braking. He's like, do we fucking have to? I was like, absolutely, I'm driving. And I can attest to the fact that they brake really fucking well, exactly when they need to. But yeah, so same idea as that, but except it didn't have any of the polish that the Volvo system had. So, like, you'd be cruising up the motorway and you'd make up on a car and you'd get within 400 yards of the back of a truck and it would just hammer on the brakes. And it's like, this is why nobody ever overtakes anyone on the motorway anymore. This is why you get people just sitting behind trucks because they're so anaesthetized that it's just like down to 56 mile an hour and it just sits there.
Yeah. I mean, I do see people that sit behind trucks for extended periods of time, like, as potential risk on road.
Yeah.
Like, are they suddenly going to wake up and just decide that they want to be in the lane I'm in?
Yes, that's exactly the problem.
Yeah, totally. I mean, to be fair though, like, the last two drives I've had on the motorway have been really good. Like, everyone behaving themselves, everyone having a clue, smooth AF.
Well, one of the things that stuck out to me about my hire car experience, right, was there was some really, really heavy rain and I didn't slow down at all for it. So I just kept belting on at like 90. And it was a bit wild because the cruise control radar just shat itself. Like there was too much rain and it was like, error, you're going to die. I was like, cancel. But you know, instead of like reverting to normal cruise control, just totally stopped working.
Was it just turn
Like,
cruise control off?
yeah, just turned the cruise control off with no fucking warning. It was like sensor faulty. I was like, cool, it'll revert to normal cruise control. 2 seconds later, it had braked itself down to like fucking 30 mile an hour in the middle of torrential rain. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like,
I
so
must
I'm
admit,
like,
I find it scary when the car decides to brake for me.
yeah, it's very disconcerting. I don't
Yeah,
like it.
yeah, I don't like it either.
But I was like, what the fuck? Like, why would you simply like kill everything? Why wouldn't you just fucking revert to the basic system without the radar? Like, it absolutely mystified me. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend a new Ford. And one of the things that really terrified me about this was I saw in the car news, I think it was today or yesterday, that the Ford Puma is basically going to be autonomous driving on motorways with the new model. Like people are literally not going to have to do anything. Like it'll stay in its own lane, it'll look after its own speed and braking and everything else. And I was like, this would be fine if it was a Volvo or somebody that was actually safety centric. But it's a company that let dangerous cars be sold because it was cheaper to pay for people dying than it was to fix the car
Yeah,
many,
Ford's
many
track
years ago.
record on safety is not the absolute best.
No, and also, as the story I've just told you has proven, they haven't a fucking clue how to program like a failsafe into the system. Like, just simplify the system and drop the programming at the bit that's broken. You don't have to break me down to zero in a fucking 90 limit, you know?
Yeah, and not
But
tell me
yeah.
about it. Crucially, not telling me about it. That's the thing that I don't
Yeah.
like.
Like if it came up saying radar fucked, cruise control stopping, I'm stopping car with big red lights. Fair enough, right? That alerts me to the fact that I'm about to be peeling my eyeballs off the inside of the fucking windscreen. But when it's like the radar's broken, I'm like, well, that's a fucking information. Whoa, why are we stopping? Like, yeah, no, I'm not a fan. Ford can go the way of the dinosaurs. Like, we should swap Ford for Saab. You know.
See if we swap Ford for Saab, right? That just means
Yeah.
that when Saab died, Ford would have died.
Yeah, but we would still have Saab.
Still Saab. That's true. They might be making more interesting stuff.
Oh, they definitely would have done. They were batshit mental, as we discovered in our last episode. If you've not listened to that, viewers, take a fucking hint and like do the job and do what you're meant to do as a listener and listen to the fucking thing. Sorry, that was rude. Please go and listen to the previous episode. Oh, I have more car news.
Lay it on me.
So the BMW's died.
What the BMW? You need to be a bit more specific.
My BMW.
Oh, the 6 Series.
Yeah, some hooligan crashed into it and it's went through the insurance and I think it's going to be written off, which I'm really happy about. So yeah.
Yeah, this is what happens to these cars. The minute it gets damaged, a bit like kind of too much, it's a write off. And they're not like a bit too much as in it's like extensive damage. I mean like it's damaged in that place where you're like, oh, that needs to be fixed.
Yeah. And suddenly it's like
Uneconomical to repair.
expensive.
Uneconomical to repair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this does mean interesting things, Tom. It means replacement shopping.
Yes, I know.
And I've been sending you some car adverts.
You have. You've been very, very Volvo focused recently.
There was some big fucking legacies and stuff in there as well, though.
You know what? You're totally right, and I really like that. I really like the legacy.
Yeah. Bex really likes the legacy. She doesn't like the V70s as well. She's like, that one looks shit. That one looks quite cool. I was like, oh, okay. I'm quite keen on the one that looks shit.
Is the 3-litre legacy, is that Boxster?
Yeah, man. So it's a flat 6. It's basically like driving a Porsche in reverse everywhere.
I mean, I like the legacy. I'm surprised that they're this like the price they are now. Actually,
Yeah, nobody wants them, man. Like, and I can understand after an 05 plate because then they're like stupid money for tax. It's like 700 quid a year.
the tax
But-
is mental on legacies. Yeah, all
Like,
Subarus of that kind of period actually.
Yeah, like WRXs, they're 700 quid a year. STI is all the same. If it's after a blob eye, they're all mega money. Like, but yeah, I'm really am like properly keen on a bit of Swede speed, man.
Yeah, no, I can totally tell it's become your like obsession at the moment.
Yeah,
But I mean, honestly, like a 3-litre, like R-Spec B or something,
yeah,
it's quite nice.
it is. Do you know that the big thing is I want an estate?
Mm-hmm.
Because like when you sent me that GS 300 today, I was like, oh, that's fucking class. Like I could buy that, but I want an estate. That's what I want.
Could you make it your own estate?
What, like build an estate?
Yeah.
No. I mean, building a pickup is relatively easy, but building an estate is not. Because
That is
like
a
to build a
shame.
pickup, all you do is like buy an estate and cut the roof off it.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, in the same vein as this, because we're on about like modifying shit and doing stupid fucking things, I've came to a realization after looking at Volvos.
What's that?
They're a bit Lego-like.
As in parts wise?
Yeah, like, because like obviously a manual of the car that I'm looking at. I don't really want to say it out loud because I don't want to jinx it. I want my car to get written off and I can buy this car I'm looking at, right? But a manual version of the one I'm looking at, you know, the one that I sent you that you really liked.
Oh yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
So I can't afford a manual one for the budget that I imagine I'm going to have. So it kind of leaves me with an automatic. And I was looking at like just what can I get an automatic, a manual conversion, and it's so fucking simple. It's not even like this is a mission to do. It's like literally a, any manual 4x4 Volvo would do the job, and it's like fucking hell, that's incredible. Um,
Interesting. Okay, so would you just plan on buying the full car?
yeah, pretty much. Just buy a cheap one that's been crashed. Like bish bash bosh, job done. Fucking smash that together. Here we go. But yeah, no, it's really has struck me with a little bit surprised, like how just Lego-esque they are. Because I love a good Lego car, you know. Um,
Hmm.
it's always nice when like Subarus are the penultimate Lego cars, and so are Hondas. Actually, they're all a bit the same. But yeah, I was like, yep, I can see this happening. I can see this a world in where this happens and goes forth. So yeah,
Cool. Okay, I mean, I would love to see that. I I think that you'd have a really, really strong motor there. What's the premium for a manual gearbox?
like double to triple.
Fuck, no way, really.
Yeah, I know. It's like holy fuck.
And the auto's really that bad.
No, so the autos are slower, right?
Right, fair.
Like by a full second to 60. But apparently, the reason why they're slower is because they're torque limited in the first two gears. But if you remap them, the torque limit goes away.
Okay, fair enough.
And in that case, they're then faster than the manual because you will never ever beat an automatic launching from a dig. Like that's just they're fucking fantastic. That's why a lot of drag racing cars are all fucking automatics.
Hmm.
Um, and like perusing the Swede Speed forums and stuff, like there's so much resource there. It's like honestly, this is like one of the absolute most incredible like hidden fucking modifying scenes ever. It's just really cool. I'm really liking like the being immersed in it and finding all this shit out. It's really cool.
Yeah, man. Always nice to find a new friendly community. I mean, if you're gonna do a gearbox swap, we will record it.
Yeah,
Yes.
this could be the channel's first
This
project,
could be the
and it would
first
be a
video of you swearing, getting progressively more angry at a gearbox.
no. I don't get angry at gearboxes, man.
What do you get angry at?
Everything around the gearbox.
Does that include the mug holding a camera?
No, I mean if I start, I mean everyone learns that spanners bounce at some point. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Just don't be in the way of the spanner when we learn this.
Cool. So it's a sort of you're on your own kind of environment.
Not you're not on your own, but yeah, it it will be a learning experience. No, you know, literally the only thing that like makes it a bit of a bastard. Like I've done quite a few auto to manual conversions, and they're never too bad. Like the worst thing is, and if you're down helping me with this, you're going to get introduced to the giggles.
The giggles.
The giggles is one of the great phenomenons of the automotive industry. So like you could have five guys, right? fitting a gearbox, and you'll have somebody lifting the gearbox up, somebody at the back pushing it in, somebody at the front like twisting it round, and somebody like fanning about with levers and stuff, trying to, like, if you get one that's a total bastard to line up and go in, like maybe there's like the clutch isn't perfectly aligned and nobody has the fucking tool for it, for example, or like one of the gearbox posts is like a little bit rounded and somebody's damaged it previously and it's a total bastard to get in. You'll be working with like this 80 kilo gearbox above your head, and then somebody will just start laughing, and it's exhaustion that's making you laugh. And then like I've been there with like four guys fucking putting a gearbox in and it just will not fucking go right, and all four of us have been in absolute hysterics. Like, can't do anything, you can't move, you can't do anything, you can't move your hands, you can't even fucking breathe. You're just in absolute hysterics, giggling. And it's through sheer fucking exhaustion because your arms and that are so tired, but you can't actually drop it. So it's like you have to do something and you end up laughing. And
Yeah.
it is the most intense, fucking weird experience ever. It's just fucking mental. It's like, and whenever I've had like an apprentice or anything like experience it, they're like, "What the fucking hell happened?" There's like, that's the giggles, mate. It just happens. That's it. Like, make your peace with it, because that's it. And they're like, "Oh, that was mental."
A sort of mania that takes over you.
Exactly. Mania is the best way of describing it.
Cool.
So it is.
I'm on board. I mean, how long do you reckon it would take you to change over a gearbox?
Oh, I don't know. I would say a good weekend would
Yeah.
probably get it done. I mean, when I done it on the Soarer, how long did that take? Fuck. When I done the Soarer gearbox, it probably took me. I mean, I was working on my back as well. So, like, when I say 4 hours, like, probably a good 45 minutes of that was getting the gearbox down onto my chest because I'm lying underneath the gearbox, and then, like, wriggling the gearbox down
Mm.
from there onto the ground, and then, like, rolling it out from under the car. Um, and then I probably start to finish, probably 6 hours on my back,
Oof.
which
Surely
wasn't
we
bad
could
going.
we could lower the gearbox with the jack.
No, because you probably won't have enough room under the car if you're doing it on your back. And the thing is, so this is more so in a car where it's a transverse installation as well. You've got a big differential hanging off the back, and
Mm.
usually when you're letting it down, you have to rotate the gearbox to like get the differential out the way and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, fair.
Um, they're quite it's quite an involved job, like actually lifting it down. Like usually you've got to orientate it a certain way to get it out from under the subframe and
Mm.
stuff. Um, it's good fun though. Like as a good fucking insane job to get stuck into, it's pretty mad.
Fair, absolutely. I'll totally give you a hand with that, man. 100%.
Fair play, dude. I'm well up for that then. Aye, it's got to be mental. Have you ever seen Lord of War?
Yeah.
You know the bit where the mad dictator's like, "This will be a bonding experience" as they shoot the guy. It's got to be a bit like that. It's like you're going to lose your sanity, and it's going to be a bonding experience. Bang.
Yeah, I'm absolutely here for it. Yeah, I'm totally here for it. I'm really interested to see how much of a ball ache this is.
Fair play, man.
Because I always consider replacing a gearbox, taking a gearbox off to be a fairly big job.
Oh yeah, it's. I mean, as jobs go, like there's probably only, in my mind anyway, removing an engine, because you would typically remove an engine and gearbox at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just doesn't make sense to split them off.
Yeah, why would you do it
You
with like bad access?
precisely. So that's a bigger job, and outside of that, I would say a heater matrix is a bigger job as well.
Is that not because it's right behind the engine?
No, that's because it's underneath the dashboard, and you usually have to take the entire interior of the car out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's
And
anything involving the interior. I'm like, I'm less excited for this, to be honest.
see, I actually quite like working on car interiors, because all you really need is a butter knife and a plastic panel, and you can pop most bits off pretty
Mm.
easily. Um,
They don't rust on. They don't seize. They do go brittle and break apart. Like,
yeah, plastic does go very brittle over time and break to fucking smithereens, which is not ideal. But you know what? It's not too bad. It's not too bad. There's a lot of worse jobs to do, certainly, like anything on an Audi.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely. Cool.
I
Yeah,
mean,
no. I mean, I really hope you. I really hope you buy an automatic.
oh well, unless some fucking miracle I find an old boy that owns one that doesn't understand that money's not worth anything anymore, it'll be an automatic. Um, but it'll be an M66. I shouldn't really say that because it gives it away to anyone that's listening. And I don't want to jinx it, but it'll be an M66 manual gearbox, 6 speed that goes into it. So it will. But yeah, no, it's quite exciting times. That's if I buy the one I'm looking at. I might go for a Legacy, or even an Impreza Estate or something like that. So we'll see what happens.
So was the one
Um,
you're looking at the one you sent me?
yeah, man, silver one.
Yeah, I like that. Honestly, legit, did really like that.
Yeah, and like, did you see the paperwork that's with it?
No, but I saw the. It looks clean. Like even someone's cared about the inside of the engine bay.
Yeah,
I think that's been really well looked after.
I would say so. Like, it certainly strikes me as being an a good example. I checked the MOT history as well. The past 3 years, it's not even had an advisory.
Yeah, man. Like honestly, I think that's a really, really good. Like, it's a good choice.
Yeah. And do you know the other thing that's really putting me onto them? They've got galvanized bodies, so they don't rust.
Oh yeah, well that's perfect.
Because I was like, this is the thing. I'm like, I really don't want a car that's going to be an absolute ball ache with rust, which is what puts me off of a Legacy, if I'm totally honest.
I mean, a legacy will come with its own rust already. You won't need to add any of that,
Yeah,
which is no the best.
it really isn't. So yeah, it's exciting times at the minute. So it is. I'm looking forward to how shit develops over the next kind of week or two.
Yeah, I mean the one you're looking at, I think that's a really good price.
I think that's a phenomenal price.
I'm surprised that's not
And
gone.
well, it's been discounted as well, so it has. I'm actually just looking to see where it is. Um, it reckons a 4 hour drive. It's in Worcester, so it's below Birmingham,
Yeah.
which is a bit of a bastard. So aye.
Still though, I think that's a good price.
It's a really good price. Like, I mean, you would make it back driving all the way down there to buy that. So yeah, I may buy RAC cover before I go down though. But yeah, I
Just
think
for
I think
free
that's the way we're
recovery.
leaning. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that a lot actually.
but I think that's the way the world is going for me. And I'm quite keen of it. So yeah, but so no, that's the personal car news. I don't really have anything else apart from that.
I mean, honestly, like as I was saying earlier to you, like, I looked at a list of upcoming um, cars, and there's not really that much that grabbed my attention. Just like there's Porsche continuing to support ICE, which is like great and stuff like that for like their new Cayman and Boxster and stuff. But there was no real like new stuff, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, man. No, I do.
Like I think the style and direction of the new Jaguar concept has been kicking about,
Yeah, man.
and it's very interesting shape, like that long bonnet and very like. I mean, it looks like it's got a lower roof line, but I'm not sure it does.
No, it's a very it, it's a very fucking distinct design, and I'm not sure it's distinct in a way that's good. If that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's difficult. Obviously, it's difficult to pick out detail with the dazzle camo on it. I mean, it could really all come together once they actually like
Yeah, I mean,
finalize the design. But it's very interesting proportions, like the long flat front bonnet, and then it kind of like tapers off at the back.
yeah, man.
Honestly, in my opinion, it's too long. It's like a rear door too long.
It looks proportionally very strange. Like, I'm not a fan of how it all comes together. Like, do you know what it looks like? You remember Thunderbirds?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't remember the lass's name, but Parker, the driver,
Yeah.
her car with a big, massive square front
Oh,
that
I
then
absolutely know the one you're talking about. But do you know it's like do you know what Thunderbird it was?
no,
Yeah, neither do I. No idea.
no, that wasn't a Thunderbird. That was like a support one, I'm sure, because that was like the lassie that the Thunderbirds were tooling about with. Fuck, I don't know. We're talking absolute bollocks now.
Okay, I've now looked up what it was. It was called Fab One,
That's it.
a
Yeah,
Rolls Royce saloon car.
yeah. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, that's fair. It actually does kind of remind me of it a little bit as well.
But yeah, we've covered quite a bit of ground here. We've went from Lego cars to fucking Thunderbirds, from automotive news, which was Porsche and fucking yeah, and TVR. Yeah, man, we've covered a lot. Actually, there's a topic now. Given what I'm looking at as replacements, right? Is there any like properly iconic Q cars that you can think of, like proper sleepers?
Q cars.
Yeah, like the sort of thing where it's like totally unassuming. Like the the equivalent of this would be like somebody going and buying like an M3 and putting 320D badges on it, but something like that from the factory, where it's like people just don't expect the fucking lunacy that comes from them.
Do you know
You
what? I
know?
could think of a few cars that I would say don't have that much of a reputation for being, or they don't look on the surface too fast.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, I would maybe say the Mazda 6 MPS.
Yes, that's an absolute Q car.
I think Lexus
And
do a few Q cars. Or in the past certainly have, and Volvo are a really good choice for this as well. Actually, so are Saab. They're just kind of the cars aren't over designed. They're not aggressive like offerings from Mercedes and stuff like that.
yeah, man, that's it exactly. Like Mazda 6 MPS, so understated for what it was, and it was actually like viciously fast
Aye, they were quite
for the
quick.
for the era. Like they were up there with like the contemporary Subarus of the time.
Yeah, it was just the Mazda. You know, people just didn't. I don't know, didn't really buy them.
Yeah. I mean, see if they came in the state,
Hmm.
I'd legitimately be considering one, even though Mazdas rust worse than Subarus.
Yeah, yeah, they do.
But I mean, 4 doors, 4-wheel drive, 2.3 litre turbo. The other thing as well is they're made of chocolate, unfortunately.
Ah, a little bit fragile.
They really are. Do you know, in the same vein, I would say the Celica GT4
The
is a bit of
GT4
a Q car as well. Yeah, like the rally one.
we're going quite far back here because it's like a 90s car.
90s, early 2000s. But yeah, like the Celica GT4, nobody really knew what they were at all.
I think people would recognize them a bit more now, but yeah, for some reason, for a while, these were quite cheap.
Yeah, and they really didn't get the recognition that they deserved.
Yeah, I definitely think they've got that now. I think people would recognize one of those now, 100%. But I think, like, honestly, I think
Yeah,
Lexus is a really good place to look. Like, they put big motors in, like, I mean, anything that competes with the big German 3, really, or 4, kind of.
yeah. Like the ISF is an absolute
Mm-hmm.
Q car,
Absolutely. But then again, Volkswagen do some kind of like Q style cars, like the Passat W8.
and the Passat R36
Yeah, which is the one that you could get as the as a van.
as an Avant.
Mm-hmm.
That was the Passat. Oh, hold on, R36. I'm sure came as an estate.
The W8 came as an estate as well.
Did it?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought that one was just like I was positive that was just a saloon. Um, I actually quite liked them when they came out. That was the shape of Passat that wasn't a total fucking shitbag.
That was
So it
like maybe
was
the
like
second generation of Passat?
it was it was when they were still making the 1.9 diesel, which is if people are going to hate me for this, but it's a horrible engine. I don't like it.
What do you not like about
Um,
it?
the fact that it's diesel, the fact that it's a Volkswagen engine. But to be honest, it's one of the best Volkswagen engines Volkswagen ever made because like Volkswagen can't make a good engine. Like just throwing that out there. Most of the German companies can't actually make a good engine. To be fair, actually no, Mercedes ain't bad. And BMW straight sixes are fine, but yeah,
Just throwing an absolute bucket load of shade about today.
yeah, it is what it is, man. Like I'm never ever gonna be a fan of the German Audi, you know.
That's fair. I think honestly that is they definitely have a distinct feel. Like the Volkswagen Automotive Group cars all feel very similar.
Yeah, they're all just yeah.
I mean, enough news you'll probably not be that interested in, but they are planning some powerful Golf final runs of the Golf before it becomes EV. No, not before it becomes EV. Sorry, before they lose the Audi's 5 pot for the RS3.
Yeah.
They're chucking that in a Golf, and they're making like a kind of more track focused RS3 to like kind of celebrate that before it gets killed by emission regs.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like what I think it's like a 300 or and a bit like horsepower Golf. Like we're not talking about insane numbers, if you know what I mean, but like the most powerful production one they'll do. I imagine they'll sell very, very well.
Oh, they will. All the idiots will line up right round the corner to buy them.
Yeah, I think that'll be like a limited run, and it will be just like everything gone.
Yeah, definitely. Um, I fuck it. Do you know they really do? I struggle to understand the want and the desirability of them. It really does pickle me a bit. So it does.
I probably wouldn't run to buy another VW or Audi. They're okay. They're fine,
Certainly.
but they're not like super exciting cars. I don't think.
No. I certainly wouldn't be running out to buy one. They're just a bit naff, you know. It's they're just not for me.
Fair, absolutely fair. I mean, there's no way I'm going to be buying a brand new Golf, put it like that.
No, I'm certainly not going to be buying a brand new Golf. Like there's a lot of things I would buy before a brand new Golf. Aye, it is that. It's just that.
At some point, we really need to we'll do a little segment where we essentially pick maybe like 5 cars that we reckon haven't bottomed out in value yet, but will be great to buy when they do. A sort of not like kind of unappreciated classics now, but like a sort of these will probably be unappreciated in the future, but will eventually become classics.
Yeah, I think that era might be over, man.
No, I disagree. I still think we don't appreciate certain cars, and then we recognize later on that they're actually great. It always happens. There's for some reason there's certain cars that just fly under the radar and or they bottom out in value for weird reasons, and then suddenly everyone turns around and is like, "Oh, I remember them. They were great," and they just disappear.
Yeah, no. So I think there's a bit of an issue with having an unappreciated classic now, and that's that there's so many people who are looking for the performance bargain. Like, and the thing is as well, there's an echo chamber effect here with YouTube and fucking influencers, right? Because I remember when nobody wanted an FN2 Civic, right?
Yeah,
And I've long held the belief since 2008, 2009, the FN2 was still in production when I formulated this view that the FN2 is legitimately one of the best road car Honda Civic Type R's you can buy. And that people were really against when I said that. I'm like, no, this is legitimately one of the best. Absolutely one of the best fucking road cars you can buy for point A to point B. And everyone was like, no, it's not. It's because of this and because it's got solid beam rear suspension and everything else. And the people that were saying this to me, if it wasn't for Top Gear, they wouldn't have fucking known this.
mm-hmm.
They physically couldn't point out the difference between beam rear suspension and independent rear suspension. They just wouldn't be able to do it. And I was like, the only reason you all think this is because Clarkson said it on Top Gear and you're all fucking idiots and you can't actually think independently for yourselves.
Yeah.
And honestly, now, well, not now, but now, essentially what you're seeing, if you go onto YouTube and put FN2 in, there's 400 videos that are all saying, is the FN2 actually the best best Honda Civic Type R? And spoiler alert, it fucking is. The amount of people that are like, oh aye, this is actually way better than the EP3, and they're affordable, and this and that, and because there's been all these people doing this, now they're not affordable. Now they're going stratospheric. They're starting to rise,
They do rust as well.
They do rust quite badly. But that's the problem I think you find is because as soon as one person comes up with this view then everybody's like, oh, well, I need that because it's the performance bargain.
Yeah,
Uh,
I totally know what you mean, but I'm talking about which cars do you think are gonna go through that period in the wilderness before they get picked up as classics? Because it's some cars are really obvious that are going to be collectible or like more valuable eventually, if you know what I mean. But others is not so clear cut. You know, like Saxos are suddenly like quite cool again, and VXRs are super rare.
yeah. No,
Or no,
that's a fair point,
VRSs
actually.
are super, or VX, I can't remember, but they're super rare now. But like back in the back when the Staxos were kicking about, like they weren't really that rare. It's just a lot of them got crashed, and then they were kind of seen as like they had like quite a bad image and stuff like that. They go through the bottoming out of value.
Ah, got you. Right.
So
Well,
I'm thinking, what do you think that's been released like I don't know since like I suppose 2000s cars are starting to hit their bottom peak. So like 2010 to 2020, is there anything released there that you think is yet to depreciate fully and will become valuable later on?
ah, no, I think it's all starting. I think it's either at the bottom or starting to pick up because 20 years is about the cycle for that. Like your R model, well, like your RX-8s,
Mm-hmm.
they're starting to appreciate. 350Zs, they're still kind of bottoming out. There's still some, oh, excuse me, there's still some bargains to be had with the 350Zs, but that's because there was so many of them.
Yeah, yeah.
All your Jap stuff, if it's imported from that era, it's stratospheric already. Your fast Sabs, so like your 9.3 Aeros, 9.5 Aeros, they're still mega affordable. I think we're gonna hit a point where people realize how fast they are or how fast they can be made.
Yeah, I think we're going to hit a point where certain select models, I think, of Sabs will become quite valuable.
Yep, I think you will.
Like, not
So
crazy,
like
but I
you're
think they'll be worth more than they are now.
Oh, definitely. They'll start to appreciate shortly. Any of your R model Volvos of that era, they're starting to pick up. Of course, the problem with stuff like that is that they were fucking rare as hen's teeth to start with, though. So
Mm-hmm.
there's not a lot of them to go around. So as soon as the demand picks up, they go stratospheric anyway. Um, what else? Obscure stuff like your fast Fiats, like the hot Puntos and stuff of that era, they'll start to increase soon, I think.
Do you think so?
Yeah, because like all the popular stuff like your Ford ST 150s, the Fiestas and that, they're starting to pick up. And what you'll have is people wanting a hatchback from that era because the STs were popular.
I get
But
you.
as they get pushed out of people's price ranges, then people start looking for what's the next best equivalent.
I could
So
see
then
like
you're going
the
to,
Abarth versions of the Punto to become a
well,
bit
that's
more.
the ones I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Um,
Do you reckon the 500 will ever go out through anything like that? Because there's a lot of them. Like, you can get 500s pretty cheap.
Possibly, but in like 30 years' time when they're actually whittled down.
Aye.
when
Really, what we're
when
saying
they're
is
actually rare.
which cars are going to get rare through various reasons, and people will suddenly be like, oh shit, limited supply.
Yeah, there's but like the thing is as well, don't like forget like it could another thing like drifting could happen, you know? Like there could be a resurgence in banger racing for fucking whatever reason, and then all your cheap motors are just gonna get fucking obliterated and everything's gonna go stratospheric. Because like with drifting, I remember when you could buy a 200SX, like an S14 or an S14A, or maybe even an S13, a UK spec model, manual, for like 200 quid because nobody wanted them. And
Yep.
now you're talking just shy of 10k for a nice shin. An absolute rock box is like 5-6k.
Aye, totally. Now, some stuff's really really funny money. It's weird what makes money.
It really is. Because like, and the thing is as well, I don't actually know who's buying them. Because like a Supra, for example, like a nice turbo Supra, especially a manual, you're talking the best part of like 40 grand now.
Absolutely.
And who the fuck is spending 40 grand on that?
No, I totally agree. I've seen Supras come up at auction before, and they don't really always shift, if you know what I mean. Like, there needs to be the right market for it.
Precisely. And you know, this is a thing that I think is we're going to start seeing, is we're going to see cars that are actually priced relatively correctly for what they're kind of worth. But the problem you're going to see is there's going to be no demand for them at that price. And I think you're going to see the prices on everything starting to soften because stuff's hanging about for longer and longer and longer, especially like anything that's not a 1.1 turbo hatchback, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, unique stuff usually does hang around a little bit longer. But yeah, I totally agree. I've seen cars linger, just stagnate on, like, Marketplace or wherever, you know?
And people just dropping prices further and further and further. That's going to be a real issue soon. Like people, I think we're going to see a return to like probably not like 2005 level car pricing, but certainly like 2010s. I don't think it's sustainable at the current rate.
You think so?
Yeah, it can't keep going. Like the thing was as well, like until COVID, car prices were relatively stable. There was never really any big uptick or mad price changes.
Yeah, there was like
And
set kind of criteria in the used car market of like you could get, there was chod, and then there was like a reasonable amount of money to get something like basic but quite good, and then there was more than I
yeah,
ever had.
yeah. And like, for example, the thing that fucked the Jap motors was the American market and the grandfather rights for being able to import stuff that's over 25-year-old.
Yeah.
So like that's when you had like super manual twin turbo Supras going for like 100k and Skyline GTR is doing the same. And it's like as soon as they became eligible for importing the American market, it was just like crazy money instantly, like overnight. Like you had gearboxes selling for 14 grand and stuff, and it's like fuck, this is insane. But you've seen that soften. Like Supras are down to 40k now. Like they've had their golden moment in the sun. They're going to keep coming down
Or they're gonna stay where they
because
are.
nah, because the people that want them is going to fade away.
Well, to be fair, that is true because I am shocked at how cheap older classic cars are.
Yep.
Like, no one really wants them because the market is kind of dying. It really shocks me. Like, certain stuff still always fetches a premium, but like, your kind of more run of the mill classics, there's just nothing in them.
Yeah, man. Like that's the thing as well. Like, see, when you're looking at like, what does everybody want a classic for? Like the primary function of buying a classic for me is because I don't have to worry about MOTs and I don't have to worry about road tax.
Hmm.
Second to that is it gets me something properly unique with some character that I really like and cheap to run because you can do everything on them yourself.
Yeah.
People don't care about that now though. Like people want all the tech. They want an electric motor and a fucking battery. Like it's moving away. well, not everybody wants that, but you know,
Yeah,
the
most
car buying
people.
public
Yeah.
seem to want that. So you're going to be left with lots of car enthusiasts. And here's the thing, car enthusiasts generally aren't fucking loaded, generally because they're car enthusiasts. So the
Yeah.
fucking something has to give, you know?
Yeah, honestly, man, absolutely, you're totally right. Yeah, maybe prices are coming down. Maybe we'll. But then it's always hard to predict. Who would have predicted COVID, coming in and like really messing everything up?
Yeah, but do you know the thing with COVID, bud, right? A lot of the shit that happened with COVID was engineered. And I know this sounds like conspiracy theorist bullshit, but what I mean is like car prices. Like, see all the dealerships round about here, they all started renting fields in the middle of fucking nowhere. And like overnight, these fields were fucking crammed with used cars. And it's like suddenly there's no used cars on the market. Where the fuck have they all went? All the dealerships bought them and removed them from the market so they could control the prices.
Are you sure about that? That does seem to be quite a lot of capital for a used car business to expend and leave sitting.
No, I'm absolutely serious. Arnold Clark has almost an entire fucking airfield outside Dumfries full of used cars.
But are you sure that's not just because Arnold Clark cars are shit and they can't sell them?
No, because so you know when the new car market dried up, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was an influx of storage space around where I am, which was all rented out by car garages, and every one of them was at it. Like when you're talking a BMW dealer, a Volkswagen dealer, a Ford dealer, a Vauxhall dealer, uh, you know, every mark that had a garage in Dumfries, and then all the small independent ones all started buying up used cars. And when you're talking the cars that people actively buy, the stuff in that 5 to 10K
Aye, like the
area,
consumer good cars, yeah.
yeah, like it's pretty easy to drain the market of a town of 30,000 people when you've got companies that are worth a couple of million vying for it. And like that is the scale of cost you're looking at here. And literally these storage areas filled up overnight with cars. Like they just drained the market down. That's why the prices were so fucking high. It's why there's so little cars for sale as well at the minute compared to what there used to be because they're all sitting off fucking site. But next time you're down, we'll take a drive and I'll show you where they're all sitting. Like it's fucking incredible.
Are you sure it's not just like the where they keep their excess stock for other online sales?
Nah, man. Because like it lined up too perfectly with like how the timing and everything was. Like used and actually I know a guy who knows Ali Clark, who owns Arnold Clark. Arnold Clark actually told him the prices will never come down. Like he admitted it. He was like, garages are buying up all the cars to control pricing. Because if they weren't, the thing is, the used car value would have collapsed as soon as the new car market recovered.
I don't know about that because it is kind of reflection. Like, the new car market is an important pipeline for the used car market. And when that dried up, more people were holding on to their cars, which meant there was less circulation and stuff like that, which drove up
Aye, but
prices.
this is the thing though, they weren't holding on to them indefinitely. they were holding on to them until they could buy a new car again.
Yeah,
So all the people that got rid of them at 3-year-old were suddenly keeping them to 5, 6-year-old.
yeah, absolutely. Aye.
So as soon as you get 3 years past COVID, which we are, you should see the prices start to collapse. And they've not collapsed in the way you would have expected
I think they've still
suddenly.
come down though.
They have come down very slowly, but I think it's being held off by actors in the industry, put it that way.
It was hampered by really heavy inflation as well. Like, suffering that quite the period of high inflation did affect pricing for just everything.
Oh yeah, that as well.
Unless you kind of take money into consideration. How much would you say a car in 2005 would cost you? What's like a decent price for like just a kind of run of the mill car?
Oh, I would reckon 2005, you could probably pick up like a 3-year-old mid-range hatchback for between 6 and 10k, depending on the brand and the model.
Okay, let's say 6 grand. So in 2005, 6 grand had the same purchasing power as 10,700 today.
I would say that's probably bang on because you look at like a mid-range hatchback now, you're probably talking 10k for
Yeah,
one that's like 3-year-old.
you probably are. Maybe even a little bit more actually. But that would be the way to look at it is to see what the average price is now and then just reduce it to 2005 to get like a bit of a gauge on where the market is. Because like a grand then is 1750 now, if you know what I mean, and you kind of would struggle to find something that would be a grand in '05 of the same quality, maybe.
Yeah, definitely as well. Like, see the quality of used cars has went down dramatically.
There's a lot of trash out there.
There is, and do you know how you're saying inflation's up? Like the upshot of that is people are less willing to spend on their cars, so less willing to do maintenance items.
Ah, it's putting pressures on everything, yeah. Because
Yeah,
that maintenance is more expensive as well.
precisely. I was actually having a conversation about with a guy about this the other day, and he was talking about like how it was like 200 quid for a caliper for his van. And I was like, I know, man. Like, I'm still on 2005 pricing when I go for car parts. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
walk in and I'm like, I want an oil, 6 litres of oil and an oil filter, and they're like 60 quid. And I'm like, no, you mean it's 20?
Yeah.
Like,
You
no,
what?
it's 60 quid, pal. I was like, no, 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 no. 60 quid's what I would pay a garage to do this for. I'm doing it myself.
Yeah.
And folk are like, no, no, mate, it's not 2005 anymore. But aye,
That's
it's a
totally it.
bastard.
Like, how much did you pay for your first car?
My very first car,
Yeah.
my very first legal car,
Yeah, yeah, man.
yeah, 100 quid.
And what was that in?
That was that would have been 2007, and I would have been no wait, it'd be before that. It would have been 2006, 2005 time actually. No, 2006. I'd just have been 16 when I bought my first car in preparation for turning 17.
Fair. So that would have cost you today £175. I don't think you would get the same quality of car for 175 quid now.
There's absolutely no chance I would get a running car with 12 months MOT on it for 175 quid.
Well, I mean, do you remember when cars some were sometimes sold with, you used to be able to transfer the tax with a car? And sometimes
Yes.
the car would basically be worth whatever the tax was.
Yep.
Like, it has a ticket, it's still got 5 months tax on it, it's worth the 5 months tax, and it was like basically just a free car.
Yeah. No, I remember that. Like, I bought a couple of cars for like essentially what the tax disc had left on
Yeah,
it.
absolutely, yeah.
It was 180 quid to tax for a year. I'm like, well, there's 6 months left on it. You want 90 quid? And they're like, aye, sure. I was like, cool. uh, yeah, man.
Truly the
It's
good
fucking
time.
terrifying. Terrifying. So it is. Aye.
So yeah, I think that's my advice. If you're looking at car prices now, get yourself into an inflation calculator and look at how much how much it would be when you bought your last car.
Yeah, well, we done this with like the 6 Series, didn't we?
Oh, aye, so we did. God, my memory's absolutely terrible. Because that's an '06, isn't it?
No, it's an '04.
An '04, and it was something like, what, 50k or something like that? No.
Yeah, it was like 50k brand new as a top spec motor. Um, and now it's worth. Well, I bought it for like 1,200 quid.
Aye. Yeah, 91,000 today's money.
It's insane.
Since
I couldn't
it,
imagine paying 91,000 for that pugilist shit.
yeah. Um, you've come full circle on that BM, I think.
I have.
Oh my god, look at the inflation chart is ridiculous. The jump between
Oh, it's an
2001 and 2023.
it's an exponential increase. Like,
It's a painful increase, like it because it does kind of taper off a bit after that. And until then it's a fairly consistent rate. But yeah, that
do you know what
hurts.
the most depressing thing you can look at is though?
What's that?
Wages versus inflation.
Oh no, man, no! I know. I want to go to bed happy tonight. Nah, I'm gonna give that a skip.
You skipping that one?
Oh, I'm skipping that. I know it's still burnt in my memory. It's not a favourable relationship.
No, it's not. It's fucking horrible.
Totally. Right. So, shall we wrap it up? I think we've.
Yeah, we're miles away from
Yeah,
where we
we're
started,
well.
that's for sure. Well then, folks, if you've enjoyed us listening to listening, what the fuck, Tom? Why does my brain not work anymore?
It's getting late, and it's quite towards the end of the week. I'm pretty burnt out.
That's fair. That's fair. So, if you've enjoyed listening to us tonight, please give us a like, a share, and a subscribe, and leave us a review. I might be willing to compromise on my usual statement here, where given the shite that we've toddled on about, maybe 4 out of 5 stars is acceptable for this episode. Ordinarily, it'd be 5 out of 5. But anyway, folks, yeah, thank you for listening. We've been Auto Arcadia.
Bye.
Toodaloo!